Hey, it's BrickTsar, and today we're going to look at another vintage Lego train. This one is from 1991. It is a 9-volt train. It is Load and Haul Railroad. And this actually is my very first Lego train. I picked up a copy of this at a flea market back in the day, and it was my first experience with Lego trains in general. And from then on I was hooked. So this is not the actual set that was my first set. I actually have 2 or 3 of them now, I think. But this is a pretty cool Lego train, and it was one of the first 9-volt trains available here in the United States. And this train, it had about 461 parts, 3 minifigures. He made the locomotive, which was kind of small, 3 cars, forklift, motorcycle. And it had everything you needed to make it go. You had an oval of track and the speed regulator, which is right here. The Metroliner did not come with a speed regulator, so this was the set you had to have back then, or buy the speed regulator separately. So anyway, this was my first, and I like the 9-volt trains because of the power track. You can make the train go just by moving on the speed regulator. So let's look at everything you get. Here's your engineer. He's got a spiffy jacket with the gold buttons and the gold train logo, red tie, red hat. Seems to be a lot of red in the Lego train world for whatever reason. But that is the engineer. Here's your generic town guy. He's the forklift operator. Just standard overalls, not the striped overalls like we've seen in the engineer, and he has nothing on the back. I don't know why they don't put the printing on the back then. Here's the other train worker. He's got the safety vest on with the train logo on it. He's got a walkie-talkie, his hard hat, no back printing. Standard minifigure grin. Alright, here's your accessories. And you get the nice motorcycle. You get the forklift with propane tanks and everything in the back. It's working spring-loaded fork and your hand truck. Alright, now we'll look at the train part of this train. Now the locomotive, this little red locomotive, has some stickers on it, train stickers there. And it's got the train logo on the doors. It's got this special window piece here, and there are actually 2 different types of this piece. And depending on when the set was produced, or where it was produced, apparently, they had 2 different versions. There are 2 different inventories, and there are 2 different instructions with builds depending on which type of this window piece you got. So it's actually can be tricky if you got the wrong instruction with your set. I always thought the instructions were the same, so I had them all mixed up, and then I realized that there are 2 different sets of instructions. The build ends up being exactly the same, it's just built a little different. But it gets to the same result. It's because there's one of these that is 3 studs long with a gap. There's a gap here, and there's another one that's 2 bricks. So it's different, but it still works. And we'll look inside the locomotive. And I've noticed that on several Lego sets that there will be more than one build. Depending on when it's produced, like the Wolverine set was that way. He's just got the one little control panel and the lever there for the engineer. And we will go ahead and put him in there. He's a fancy engineer. Gotta have a driver for the train. Why this thing doesn't pop off easier? They should have made it an easy access roof, but they did not. Alright, that is the locomotive. Got the little doors here. There are actually engine parts in there. They made it look like. Shows up better on the other side, I do believe. As you can see in there's engine. Not working engine, obviously. All the cars really, they're kind of a simple build. This one's just a flat car. It's got the little side flaps that open down. You turn the end ones around and put the train logo on it. It's carrying a load of barrels. And then this other flat car It's carrying the tractor load. And it's just little hinge plates with the fingers holding these little things. And then you got the box car. It's got the sliding doors. There's no cargo in it. It's just empty. But it's just a simple build, but it's kind of hard to build. I hate putting these sliding doors on. That's all there is to it. And all the undersides of these trains or the cars are all identical. They're all the same length, and they're all the same build on the underside. And then the forklift can come over here and pick up the payload off the side of the. Oh, you gotta let the dummy. You gotta let the thing down. But, that's what the forklift's for. Oh no! He's gonna break the tractor. Yeah, we'll use the giant hands that come in and help. There we go. Not the best result in the world there. And as with a lot of the train sets, you get an alternate build. And I'll show you the alternate build. It's just other even smaller little locomotive. Let's get to the end result here. You got another little car there. Another little flat car. So nothing too fancy going on there. There's a picture of it there. Added some extra track. This does not come with the switch tracks. It just comes with an oval track. I've added some extra straight tracks and some extra curves and some switches to give it a bigger run here. For some reason I don't like when the locomotive is one of these little small switcher types. This is the type of locomotive you might see in a freight yard or something. But it just looks too small to me. The whole train's really small. It's really kind of a throwback to some of the trains from the 70s. It's so small. The Lego trains, that is. There it is. The freight and, I mean the load and haul. I wanted to call it the freight and haul. This load and haul railroad from 1991. This was a train just like this. Was my very first Lego train. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and check all the other train videos we've been doing. I think I've done more Lego train reviews than anybody now. Thanks for watching. It's BrickTsar.